This is Marketing Made Easy for HR Consultants, the show that helps HR experts build a predictable pipeline of premium paying clients without expensive ads, constant posting, or endless networking. I'm your host, Nick Paninsky, author of The Complete Guide to Building a 70k HR Consultancy and creator of the Client Control Method, helping HR professionals grow with clarity, confidence, and control. Let's get into today's episode. Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Marketing Made Easy for HR Consultants with me, Nick Paninsky. Today's episode is the final episode of 2025. So this episode will be released, 10th of December. And that obviously leaves 3 weeks until the end of 2025. But I'm going away for Christmas and I'm not going to get a chance to record loads and loads of episodes between now and then, certainly on a week-by-week basis. Couple that with the thought that I want to take some time to decide in which direction to take the podcast for 2026 and beyond. I've decided to take a little bit of time away from the microphone and think about what it is that I want to do with the podcast for next year. So yes, this will be the final episode of 2025. So I guess there's a few things to say. First up, thank you for listening along with me this year. I hope you've enjoyed the content. I hope you found it useful. I hope that you've enjoyed listening along and you found it useful and it's helped you grow your business. The other thing to say would be Happy Christmas and Happy New Year. I hope 2026 brings you everything you want and more. And then the final thing to say will be that, yes, thank you for listening along this year. And I'm going to take some time to decide what direction I want to take the podcast in the new year, if I even want to do it at all. I am considering going in a video first direction rather than a podcast. I guess I won't say that I genuinely do love podcasting. I do love envisioning who I'm talking to and then talking to them. But, on the other hand, I am conscious as well that we are in a video first, day and age. People seem to prefer video content. So does that mean that I should be recording these podcasts as videos? Should I be recording more videos? Should I be focusing more on attempting to go viral on LinkedIn with different tactics that I can see working on the internet? I guess, what is it that I want to achieve with the messages that I want to share? That's what I want to take a bit of time to work out. Because, it's a bit hard while doing that, while podcasting, while maintaining my email list. The podcasting thing is really awesome, but it also takes a hell of a lot of time to produce, to create, to edit, to manage, all that good stuff. And it kind of feels like I'm on a bit of a hamster wheel, like when I'm creating the content, like, oh, what am I creating this week? Oh, I better create it, better edit it, better get it managed and sent out. And, honestly, before I know it, it can be a minimum of half a day to get an episode created and sent out to the mailing list and LinkedIn and turning it into a LinkedIn article and all that. So it is really time consuming. And I think that's what I've got to weigh up is, am I using that time to the best of my abilities through podcasting? And if so, do I continue with the podcasting? And in what shape does that look? Because I read something the other day and they talked about having a format that you can recreate. And I thought that was really interesting. Like, on the one hand, I love the podcasting, as I say, but on the other hand, perhaps I need a better format. Perhaps I need some sort of hook that people can grab hold of and they know what to expect. Because honestly, at the moment, as I say, I do love podcasting, but I do often wonder, am I going a bit, it lurches from one thing to another. So I wonder if having a hook, a better format will help me create the content and help people understand what to expect. And that's just one thing, as I say, that I'm toying with, because there is that. Alternatively, there is going video first. And so I want to take a bit of time away from the microphone to decide what the next steps are. So hopefully you can understand that. Hopefully that makes sense. In my head, it does. So, we'll see what happens there. And yeah, that's all I've got to say with this week's episode, really. So again, thank you for listening along throughout 2025. The podcast isn't going anywhere. I'm gonna pay for it to be maintained through Buzzsprout, so it's not going to disappear anytime soon. And then, I've got to make a decision on what it is that I want to do with that going forwards. But in the meantime, as I say, thank you for listening along. I hope you have a great Christmas and a great New Year. I'm going away to Poland for Christmas and New Year, which is really exciting. Hopefully I'll see some snow. Hopefully I will be able to go skiing. I don't know where that's come from. Skiing. Spend some time with family and friends and doing all that good stuff. Hopefully you are doing some similar things with your festive period, your festive break. Either way, I will see you in 2026, and whether or not that is a relaunch of the podcast or whether that is a video first content, we will see. Who knows what the future holds. In the meantime, for potentially the last time ever, or I might transfer my slogan over to video first. Time will tell. Say it with me. As ever, get marketing. Because without marketing, there's no sales. And without sales, there's no business. So get marketing. Hey there, and thanks for listening to the Marketing Made Easy for HR Consultants podcast. If you've enjoyed the show, then please consider taking a minute to help us grow by sharing the episode with a friend or colleague, or by leaving a positive review on podchaser.com. And make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming episodes if you haven't done so already. I've been your host, Nick Brinsky, and if you've got any questions or you want to know more about today's topic, then feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'd be delighted to hear from you. See you next time.